What's up, dogs? You wanna lick my beefy hands? Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, we're gonna teach you another one of my mom's recipes. Oh boy, isn't everyone so excited? I am. And also, I feel pretty good because earlier we filmed Dalgona Coffee. That was hours ago. And I have nothing in my stomach other than that, and I feel great. The first step today is to make a drink. But we're filming in the afternoon, and therefore it's too early for liquor. We're just gonna have a glass of tea. Alright, so I didn't even tell you what it is. This is my mom's Skyline Stretcher recipe. Grew up poor, as you can imagine. I don't know what that means. Never mind. I grew up poor, and so their cans of Skyline back in the day were like $4 or $5, right? And it's just one little can. So you're feeding a family of 5, which is what our family was sized. One can is not going to do it. So if you need to do multiple cans, that could become fairly expensive home dinner. So my mom taught me the appreciation of a good value, would put a bunch of other things in one can to make it go further. So this is a recipe in which we open a bunch of cans and we make dinner, or in our case, lunch. Here's a picture of the completed product. Wow. Alright, you know something's going on with the economy and inflation when Skyline cans cost pretty much the same as they always did. My whole life, groceries have cost pretty much the same, and that's weird. Also, we're in week 6 of the COVID lockdown, I think. I have no sense of time whatsoever, so it might not be week 6. But me and Courtney still hanging out, getting f***ed up on coffee. Alright, over here I got 2 pots. One's for the pasta, one's for the sasta. Over here on the right, this is our sasta pot. Now this step is optional, and I actually don't remember if my mom did this or not, but it'll really stretch your chili. Add some beef. Now, do you need to do anything special to that beef to make it more Skyline-like? Guess what? If you make this food and put regular ground beef in it, it's better. Because the tiny beef in regular Skyline, it's not that good. So put regular beef in it. I tell you what, I'm gonna show this to my mom and she'll just be like, no, I never did that. Almost every recipe I've done on PGC that I attribute to my mother, she's like, nah, that's not how I did it. Okay, so we're gonna cook that beef. You don't need to put butter or oil or anything. Just cook it. Now over here, we're gonna get our pot going for the water. And I'm pretty sure that when my mom was feeding me and my brother, and my sister too, but she was not as hungry as me and my brother, oftentimes she would cook 2 pounds of pasta. And we would eat it, which is just an absurd amount of pasta. And still to this day in my brain, when I eat pasta, I am transported back to that time in my life where I was like, I gotta eat everything I can because my body is growing. If I don't eat it, I'm gonna die. And so I still sometimes with the pasta, I revert to that. And I'm like, ooh, pasta, time to eat too much. All right, so we turn water on the hot, add salt onto the water, into the pot, and we're gonna make pasta. All right, we'll use a spoon to break up the beef. Do you know that Pampered Chef sells a tool specifically for breaking up ground beef? It looks like a miniature Morning Star. It's like a stick with angles on it, like a small mace, and you just stick it in the beef. And that's the sole purpose of it. Alright, so today we're having thin spaghetti, imported from Italy, no less. Da Vinci signature! The only other thing we can really do while we're waiting, we can drain our can of beans. So, if you are familiar with the Skyline, there's a 3-way, the 4-way, the 5-way. As you add more to those numbers, you either add beans or onions. And so, in the same context of adding more beef to the chili, you can add more beans. And we will rinse them. My mom used to do that, I think. You gotta rinse off the fart juice. That's what my mother taught me. She would never call it that. We used to get in trouble for saying fart. I had to call it tooting. I remember when she started relaxing on that rule and she said fart. I was a kid and I was like, You said fart? Crazy times. All right, let's cut an onion. And I gotta show you a new knife. So, 4 lovely people from Virginia, Judah, Cody, Jillian, and one more. One moment. Judah, Cody, Ellen, and Jillian sent me the most ridiculous care package of blessed gifts I've ever received. It was insane. They were so generous, and it was like beers and books and spices and soaps and other things. And they had a custom knife made for me. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Handle made of white and black ebony wood, and it's engraved with PGC. Wow. Thank you guys so much, and I'm gonna use the knife to chop an onion. What else would I chop? That's all I chop. Onions. All right, check this guy out. Here's a half one. We only need half an onion. I'm only doing half because this is a topping. My wife doesn't care for onions too much. She's gonna use them, but not to the amount that I am. And look at this, it just destroys onions. Look at that, it's a great knife, one of a kind. Incredibly beautiful, I don't deserve it. Thank you guys. And now I look like a badass. All right, well, beef is kind of cooked. Stirring it up like you do. All right, let's put our beans in. Yeah. Beans, kidney beans. Okay, next up is gonna be our Skyline Chili, or as my brother would call it, brown gold. I don't think he would call it that, but he loves that stuff. Gotta give it a good shake because the contents may settle. And there it is, looking just f***ing awful like it always does. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting. And in it goes. And by the way, you probably should have drained off some of the beef fat, but I forgot. All right, now here's the secret ingredient. The true stretcher of this recipe. Hormel chili with beans. Instead of being $4 a can, it's $1 a can. And my mom's logic was, well, it's also chili, so that should make sense. So here's what Hormel looks like. And so we'll just plop that in there. All right, and now we'll give it a mix. Okay, it's real thick. Look at this. Look how thick this is. So it looks pretty dang thick, right? This is like almost to this point looks like regular chili. And you might be saying, hey, that doesn't look like Skyline Chili. Ultimate pro tip from Economom. Use water to get every little bit of that Skyline out of there. Which actually some of the fat so congealed to the side of the can won't come out. And then you water it down. That's right, you need your chili to go farther, just water it down. All right, we'll bring that up to heat and we'll cook it. I imagine not everyone's gonna love this one. Some people might even be repulsed by it, but I'm telling you, it's good. It's good, and you can take that to the bank. We'll be back. All right, here's our pasta, thin spaghetti, as is traditional. And we'll pop it into our boiling water and cook it according to the directions on the back. That's what they all say with pasta. So here I am tucking the pasta into the bath, and we'll cook that, and we're almost done. Almost done. Bone apple teat. Bone apple teat. All right, our pasta's done. So we're gonna drain it using the same strainer we used to rinse the beans. All right, there's that. And bonus content of the episode, this string is how far, it's the measurement of how the circumference of my head is. Isn't that crazy? It's longer than my arm.
It is the circumference of your head.
No, it's not. All right, let's eat. And having plates with kind of like, you know, the shallow, whatever you want to call it, dip into them is going to be very good for this kind of thing because it could get messy. We'll take our pasta, and I'll do a smaller-ish serving. The whole thing with the Skyline Chili is they like just put too many things on there. It's too small of a plate. But when you're at home, you got to clean up your own messes. So don't do that. We're gonna top it with some chili. Look at that. It's got multiple beans, just like that. All right. Next, if you're me, you add the onions, a good healthy amount, like so. And finally, we'll top it with cheese. Now again, you're at home, so maybe don't put too much cheese on it. But you could put a Courtney amount of cheese on it. And finally, when you enjoy it, you could add a hot sauce. Everyday spicy red hot sauce. And there it is. I don't feel the need to defend this dish because I love it. And we can easily get Skyline, but I still make this because I like it so much. So don't knock it till you try it. Maybe we should try it. We'll just twirl it on up, see if we can get a little, mostly everything. It's gonna be really hot. Tastes great. All the spices from the Skyline come through, so it still tastes like Skyline, but because there's like bigger pieces of beef, there's more beans, to me it tastes like more wholesome. It's almost like it's not a lighter Skyline, but it makes me feel less like I'm gonna die, which is a hallmark character of regular Skyline. So yeah, that's an economic meal in these trying times. Hope you enjoy it, hope you give it a try, and all you need is this one can of Skyline. Add a bunch of shit to that, baby, you got a stew. Or in this case, a regional pasta dish. That's how you do it. Hang in there, folks. See you another time. Bye-bye.